Welcome to the Grow and Glow podcast, a show aimed at helping young people deal with issues in their lives and also live productively. Here's your host, Gracie Emo.
Hey! Hi, I am Gracie, and did you enjoy the intro? New year, new things. I'll be like, how should we put it now? Let's see. New year, new vibes on this podcast. Hey! Thank you for joining me here again. Another episode, another year, I beg, leave me, Joe. Let me catch cruise small. Welcome again to a new episode. This episode is going to be about purpose discovery. So I was thinking, for this year, what am I going to start this year with? For you guys, what am I going to give you guys that can help you run this year well, that can help you learn something at the beginning of the year, for the beginning of the year? And I was like, okay. I know some people might be confused right now in life. Some people, this is a new year, they want to start up new things, they want to do something, they want to discover themselves. But how do you do this? How do you know this? How do you start something like this? So I was like, okay, finding your purpose will be a very, very necessary thing to talk about. It's very necessary to discover your purpose. It's very necessary to know who you are, to know what you're meant to do. So I'm like, okay, Uncle D is here. Uncle D is good enough for this. Uncle D is best for this. Uncle D is everything to talk about for this. I'm like, all right, so let's call Uncle D on this podcast to talk about purpose discovery, how to discover your purpose. And so I invited Uncle D for this episode. I hope you enjoy yourself, and don't forget, as you listen, take a screenshot and tag us on Instagram. Take a screenshot and post on your stories on Instagram and tag us at grow_podcasts. Tag us, let us know you're listening. Tag us so that other people too can see and also know about the podcast and listen to the podcast. Support us. Support Grow and Glow Podcast. Okay, so let's just get into it. I hope you're excited because it's going to be wonderful. You're going to enjoy this episode. I enjoyed doing this episode, Uncle D. I'm sure you're going to enjoy listening to it too. Don't forget to subscribe, share too. Take a screenshot right now. Just take it now, bro, babe. Now support this podcast. Take a screenshot and post it on your WhatsApp stories. Post it on your Instagram stories. Post it on Facebook stories. No problem. Post it everywhere you want. Thank you. See you at the end. Uncle D.
Yeah.
Welcome to Grow and Glow Podcast.
Seriously, finally I'm glow. Okay.
Uncle D will start shining today. You start glowing.
Hey, if I glow, would I be in trouble?
People who come here, they are the only ones that glow.
Okay.
So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Today we're speaking on a very, very nice topic, an important one. But first of all, can you tell us a little about yourself?
Oh, booyah. Okay, I'm okay, Daniel. If I best known as Uncle D.
Yes.
And I'm a youth worker. Or I'm actually a youth worker. That's what I like using. But in some circles, I'm like a missionary.
Youth pastor.
Or youth pastor, exactly. In some circles, youth pastor.
Yeah.
But I'm a youth worker. I work with young people and I help young people to deal with issues, help them discover destiny. That's church language.
Yeah, but we can use it here.
And then basically I work with young people and all that. And I mentor young people also by the mercies of God.
Yeah. So Uncle Danif is the best person to have here on this topic.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's get to know what he has to say concerning this, and let's learn from Uncle D. So first of all, I'm going to be asking you, what does purpose discovery mean to you? What does it mean?
Purpose discovery. Okay, let me put it this way. For me, purpose discovery is about finding out. It's really about finding out what you were designed to do, or finding out what makes you useful, in quotes. That's the idea of discovering purpose. Or you discover what you're meant to, what you're designed to do or to become.
Okay.
And then what you're designed to do to be a blessing to humanity.
Okay, and guys, please, if you are hearing any background sound,
please don't mind us.
Don't mind it, please. Don't get the word from here. That's the main thing.
Oh God, have mercy.
So yeah, okay. So purpose discovery is like what something that we are called to do.
Gives you a sense of value.
Sense of value. Yes.
It gives you a sense of value.
Something you are glad to do. Something you are glad to show for.
I think that's what I purpose.
Tell us with us your experience on how you discovered your purpose.
How I discovered purpose. Okay, it's kind of if you understand, my story is very odd. I went from being suicidal, then I gave my life to Christ 1994. And then I had zero self-esteem. I didn't believe myself. I didn't even believe anything good would come out of me. And then I got saved of the Holy Ghost, began to grow a relationship with God, and that was all. I was in campus for all I cared then. Anyway, it's just about graduate, get a job, and just move on with life. I think the first part of where I said discovering in quotes what you call purpose, was somewhere around 300 level. I had gotten involved with helping some young people, and I jokingly say I was literally kicked into helping people from my late teenagers. I was helping other teenagers to find balance in their walk with God, help them pull out of past issues, and then grow in God. So for me, it was just fun, like I was helping friends and all that. But after helping people, and then I think 300 level, like I preached some one or two places, scripture, that I remember. SU. I went for service for IT. That was in Port Harcourt. And I'm going to work as early as 6 a.m., 5:36, and come back as late as 7, 8, 9, 10 sometimes, depending on the way. Now, by the time I did that for 1 week, I sat down and I asked myself, is this what I'm going to do in my life? Because I'm like, I never had time to talk to. That was when I even discovered that I actually enjoyed talking to people, encouraging people, helping them get better, helping them make right decisions. And that was my first shock. I'm like, am I really going to do this for the rest of my life? So I wake up in the morning, do work, and come back late at night. I sat down, I told myself, this is not what I'm cut out for. I had to rethink. That's actually when the rethinking started. So by the time I came back from IT, I knew something had to change. I knew a part of me actually enjoyed what I thought was just a part life for fun. I realized that's when I discovered that a part of me finds great sense of fulfillment in helping people. I began to think of, maybe that's what I said, remodeling my plans. I can't do a 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. job. Kind of a miracle happened. By the second week, they created a shift for the first time by IT. And I felt, at least I can get to talk with people and all that. So by final year, my mindset was reframing. After this year, I actually did my master's. The plan was maybe lecture, but eventually I had to even leave the lecturing thing and just decide to go mainstream to helping young people while I teach part-time. So that was, for me, I think that discovery point per se was my IT. That's 1 week of 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. working, and I realized, like, I can't do this. A part of me really has joy in helping people. I think that was at that point I realized, I think I know what I'm cut out to do, not just to go pick up a job. Okay, does that mean that, like, some of us, or let me say young people out there, when they kind of have this sense of fulfillment from something they're doing, it can be kind of a purpose? It could be a purpose. It could be just a signal. Because for me, by the time I was done with service here, I was doing my master's. As I spent time with God, and as I saw lives being changed, I became more sure that this is it. Because at some point I felt maybe I'll be lecturing, I'm doing what I'm doing. This is a sideline thing. So for me, by service here, I felt whatever job I take must be such that will accommodate this part of me. But after a while, I realized during my master's that no, this is the main thing. So I really learned after master's I just focused on it. So it could, when you find that you have a sense of meaning in one thing, that's not just enough to say this is it. I believe there should be other factors to kind of confirm it or give you to seal up your confirmation. That is still comes out the same confirming. So there should be other things to confirm it, not just the fact that I like this. Because what I'm saying is somebody likes painting or likes singing. Well, does it mean that your purpose is just to sing? You might need other confirming factors to be sure that this is it. Because I feel there are sometimes some things may be part of it. They may just be a dual thing, not just the main thing. So you were saying something about factors to finding out the purpose. Do you know anyone that can share with us? To confirm. Basically, one, aside from the fact that you have a sense of fulfillment, the other one is the God factor.
Okay.
You need to sort out with your creator. You didn't create yourself.
True.
God made you, so find that out. Then the third one is the response of other people. I still believe that. What's the response of other people?
How do they feel towards
what you're doing?
Okay.
Because at some point in time, it became glaring. Even when I remember somebody walked, I find out somebody looked at me and said, Danif, when I'm looking at you here, you will not use your certificate. I told you get out of my room. Now, now I owe that guy an apology, but he's late now. He's my friend, he's late here. If I really, for me, he was somebody that if he was still alive, I'd have that guy come to Abuja, we sit down and talk. I owe an apology. You were so right.
True.
I had people say things like that during service here, and I'm like, well, get out, please. Who? Me? I beg, leave it. Just leave it. You see what I do with young people? I'm just catching my phone. I'm enjoying myself. I have other things. I want to.
I have plans.
Yeah. Be a multi. Like some things like that. So you have the God factor. Then you have other people's input. A lot of times people should be like, this thing you're doing is a blessing. What you're doing is so helpful. So that's another factor I think that's going to be helpful. The God factor, and then the fact of what other people are saying. Just like the fact that Glow and Grow, if it was not big, if the feedbacks help.
Yeah, it does.
That feedback has helped you a lot. To move on. Minus that, one day you just pack up. I'm like, I'm done.
I almost did that too.
See? So you see, that's part of it. That feedback from people
keeps you moving too.
Yes.
Yeah. True.
So that's just it.
Okay. Then also about purpose. How should I put this now? How important is it in our lives? Is it really, really, really important?
Honestly, I think it's important. Or else you will drift in life. And you just be floating. You just be floating. You just drift, you float. And then like somebody said, you would end up dying unfulfilled.
How would that be?
That would be funny.
At all.
You just die unfulfilled. So.
Okay. Then also when discovering purpose, is there really a time allocated to it? Like, should we say if you are in your 40s, you can never discover it again?
Please.
Does it stop?
I don't like when people put peg age.
Fine, an age, okay.
My dad would say when the person wakes up, that is the morning.
Okay.
That's the truth. Okay, I think the person that said Chicken Republic was a retired military cook. Broke no money, and he started Chicken Republic at age 60 or 65 or something.
I see where it is now.
Now, but you understand that if he had, let me talk like people talk. If he had discovered purpose early, he should have started Chicken Republic in his 30s or 40s.
Yeah, they will say that.
That's what they will say.
Yeah.
But this guy served the US Army.
I retired.
So he put in service here. I don't know why he went to the military. Maybe at some point he felt the military was his purpose. And that's why sometimes I feel some things may just be a sideline purpose.
Okay. And
he ended when he was 60. Broke, nowhere to go. He started Chicken Republic. And boom, just that little chicken thing blew up and we have Chicken Republic all over. He's late now, but he's there.
His name is everywhere.
So I don't think it's right to say there's an age.
Okay.
As much as I would encourage everybody, discover purpose early. But I also know that it would be wrong to say, if you don't discover purpose before 30, then you don't discover purpose. It's not true.
Alright, so you've heard it. If you've not discovered yours, don't worry, there's still time for you. There's still time for you.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean be catching cruise.
Like, I think that's one thing again about young people. Because they don't know. Some people don't know they need to even discover the purpose.
Yes,
so they just stay all around, hanging all around, doing one or two things that is not really their thing. So I think everybody should kind of, there are important times you need to sit down and think. Think about your life. It's not wrong to think about hard questions and answer them. Yeah. So then also can our environment influence our purpose? Like people that maybe let's see, like pastor's kid automatically becoming maybe pastors or doctors becoming helping people.
I think yes.
Okay.
In a way, I think your environment can. Because I work with people, I say if you hang out with dogs, don't be surprised you get up with flea. If you hang out with people who are not even interested in purpose, you may not think about purpose discovery.
Forget the noise, please.
Oh my God. So if you hang out with people who are purposeless, you definitely end up that way. If you hang out with people who have discovered purpose, now at the same time, you could hang out with people who have discovered purpose in a particular direction, and if care is not taken, you'll be skewed in that direction.
Okay.
And you may miss your own purpose.
They're not the same.
So I think environment does have a way
Okay.
to really affect.
Okay.
So it's just to be wise about.
How to do
And
it.
that's why I also talk about the God factor. Because you could hang around certain people who have discovered purpose along certain lines, and you feel like, okay, I like doing this thing, so I think maybe purpose is here. And they feel like, yes, you're also doing it well, but the God factor is the other side to like, okay, should this be my major or should this be my minor?
Yeah, so talking about minor and major. So does that mean we can have two?
Precisely.
How will you work with us? Like how will you go?
I'll use myself as an example. I started out as a music minister. Everything about me has been music. Now, it sounds funny that I'm a youth worker now, but I'm much of a music person
Together.
altogether.
Okay.
Now, but I found that over the years, I've used music as a tool
To get
people.
Okay.
You understand? And then because, okay, let me give you a shock. All through my secondary school, I also act. They don't even know I act very well.
Are you serious?
Okay, now you're surprised. You know,
Okay.
my father had to even stop me from going for an audition in SS3. He was like, you're a science student, you have work coming up, you just go for an audition for a movie.
Wow.
So he actually stopped that. Now, so when you look at that whole broadband, but you know, sometimes when I'm working with young people, come to a place and I'm talking about music or about, you know, dance, okay, no, try out this, and they're looking at like,
How do you know?
how do you know? I'm like, guys, not part of it. You don't even know what part of me.
Like.
And that was the initial part of me. You understand? Now, but right now it's been useful in what I'm doing. So I remember, I think was it before I went for service, when I came out from IT, I actually told Caesar Beledogo. He used to be I used to call him grandpa. He was twice. He was the penultimate music director before I became music director of my fellowship. And I told him I wanted to shut down music.
Okay.
I came out from IT. So, you know, with all that awakening in IT, I felt I need to shut down music. Let me just focus on, you know, helping young people. And since I looked at me, I said, Danif, be careful. I said, why? He said, you can't shut down music. Music is part of you. He said, just find out from God how you can carry these two things together. Don't shut down on music.
Okay.
Thank God for that counsel. And you know that there are places I walk into, the first thing that helps me break into the young people
Is the music.
is music.
Oh. Okay.
So it's possible to actually have, I'm being told this and I'm being told this. That the one thing you find pleasure in doing that is helpful. Another like, you need to gather your people and start a musical kind. And if you are trying, doesn't mean I can start music worship team all over the place. No, that's what I'm doing. But that's what I started initially.
Okay.
So and up till now, I still like we run DL, the dance and music watch a praise meeting. It's been holding like for the past 11 years.
Like
You know, so and we use it to reach out.
Yeah.
But the core thing is reaching out to young people, helping them pull out of wrong stuff and having a stable life. You understand? So if I had shut down, I felt no. Or if I had pursued music, I wouldn't even be where I am right now. So I think the main thing is it's possible to have more than one purpose per se, but one may be a minor, which will help the major. And that's the way I see it.
True. That means so anybody out here who is listening and feels confused concerning, like you want to pick one, you might not really need to pick one. You can still carry the two.
You can still carry the two together.
So just know, pray to God and know how you carry it too. Okay, so before we go, I don't know. I know someone is still listening and still wants to hear more. So what do you have to say concerning anything? Like, is there any word for someone out there? A word of encouragement?
A word of encouragement. Okay, couple. For someone out there who feels that nothing good can come out of him or her, sweetheart, take it from me. The fact that you are alive, there's a lot of good that will come out of you.
Yeah.
I was suicidal because I didn't believe anything was going to come out of me. I had zero self. People say I had zero self-esteem. I didn't believe anything good
at
all. That's why sometimes on my birthday, when young people gather together, I'm almost crying like I can't believe that out of this life I thought was of no use, see people whose lives have been changed. On my birthday, when Facebook went ablaze, people were like, Danif, you today's your birthday. I was like, yes, how do you know today? Everywhere on Facebook. I'm like, okay. So if you feel you don't have any purpose, or maybe some things that happened, please, can I help you? If my life has turned out this way, then beloved, your life can turn out better. It's just about taking our time to discover this thing. Discover what makes you glad when you do it and help other people, bless other people's life, okay? And then for somebody who feels confused because he has so many things he can do, please let me give you a shock. I'm a music minister. I act. I used to dance before. Okay. I'm into poetry. It is a shock. And I write.
Wow.
And I write. See, interesting. The crazy part of it. Yet now I'm listening to young people, but this has helped me. All these aspects of my life has helped. There are people who went into poetry and they had to I had to advise them on how to, and it's funny, and they're actually all flameite right now, and they're like, well, but right now I can't remember the last time I wrote it.
But you can still advise people on it.
I can still advise people on it. So
out.
It has helped us. So if you feel you have too many things, like too many talents, too many things you're good at, don't get confused. Just keep taking one day at a time and then get back to God. That's one thing I'll tell you to do.
Yeah.
Get back to God.
He's one that created you.
He's one that created you. And guess what? He's one that gave you all the talents.
Yeah.
So he's not confused. Right now, at this point, you may think, I could do this. Okay, let me give you a shock. 2 years ago, I dabbled into fashion and designing. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I can remember.
You remember?
Yes.
And I made an outfit, made waistcoats. Then I pushed a couple of young people to develop themselves who were interested in. Now, Daniel Etel is there, Omede. Now, I've not sold anything for the last 1 year. But all of them have gone into it and they are doing well.
Yeah.
And you know why? Because fashion was one of the things I also had a thing for.
Yeah.
I'll do my designs and give it to a tailor or designer to do. Now, 2 years ago, I decided I am going to start sewing myself. After doing that, last year I stopped. I never had the time. But guess what? I could sit down and talk to people who want to go in there, counsel them. So that's another stream of my life. So here I am with all these things. It was at least sitting with God by do my masters. I realized, okay, I actually need to focus on helping young people. So every other thing. So if you're out there, you feel I'm multi-talented, I don't even know which one to do. You know what? Keep doing all those things, but take out time consistently as you follow God.
Don't rush.
Don't rush it. Don't be in a haste to say, okay, I will shut this down. No, just keep doing what you're doing. Give it time as you walk with God and you keep in step with Him. You'll be shocked. You'll finally discover which one to major on, and the rest of them will be in my own.
Thank you so much, Uncle D. So everybody here, okay. Yeah, thank you for listening to this episode.
And keep listening to Glow and Grow.
So come listen to this podcast, Grow and Glow podcast.
Exactly.
Follow us on Instagram as Grow and Glow _podcast. Then you can join the conversation on Podroom app or the website. You can use the web version. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Gracie.
Thank you, Uncle D.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Keep glowing.
Keep glowing, truly.
Thank you for listening to the Grow and Glow podcast. Connect on Instagram at growandglow_podcast. And if you enjoyed the show, subscribe and leave a review.